What's going on, everybody? We are back. I'm the Cajun Farmer, and we are on LA Farms. We are getting this last cornfield we planted last time rolled up here, and then we're gonna do some exciting stuff. This episode is gonna be over a couple months, but by the time you guys see this, with the way we upload our videos and stuff, it'll be like it's the next day. So right now we're still in April. Everything's planted, everything's ready to go. The wheat's still growing good, cows are growing good. Cows are actually about ready to sell, but we're gonna hold off on them until we get the money saved up to buy a different cow pasture. So right now we're just working on this. Once this is done, we are going to probably fast forward a couple months, or a couple days I should say, because we gotta keep an eye out on the cows. But we're gonna get to soybean selling time. We'll check the prices before we fast forward, but if we can get those soybeans sold, we can sell our cows too, and then we'd be able to afford a cow pasture. Only problem with that is we would be destroying some of our wheat if we do that, but I think the cows are going to bring us more profit anyway, so I'm not really 100% worried about it. I mean, just those 15 cows right now, I could sell them all with the prices and get $15,000 for all those cows. Talk to some builders, and the cattle pasture I'm looking at getting put in is roughly going to be around $75,000 for, of course, like the troughs and stuff put in the cement and all that stuff. There will be no building or anything. Come on, puppers, get out of the way. You trying to get flattened? Oh, come on, dog. Get away, man. Alright. He got out of the way. Let's go. Little bastard. But anyway, we're going to finish rolling this field, and then you might not see me again until the prices are good, which could be all the way into July. There's nothing else we can really do right now except for wait till crops grow up and get some fertilizer on them. So we might come back and do a little bit of fertilizing before we get to sell, but if not, we'll see you guys when we sell the soybeans. Alright guys, we are back. It is now May, and you can see the corn sprouting up here. Wheat's looking really good. Based on what it's looking like now, we're probably going to harvest in July, so we'll be able to harvest this wheat and sell the soybeans all at the same time. We'll keep the wheat because some of these bigger cornfields are going to be wheat next year, so we're definitely going to keep that and either get chickens or, you know, just stockpile it. It'll be fine in the silo for a couple months. We'll just have to see. I really wish somebody would come out with a geo or whatever you want to call it, to where we can actually plant spring wheat and winter wheat and it doesn't take a whole year to grow, because to me that's just a little bit ridiculous. But we're gonna get this corn fertilized. I got Robert over there in the field. He's using the solid fertilizer. I just wanted to split it up, that way we could actually get some stuff done and be good to go. So we're working on this here, and I'm really ready to sell some soybeans and get a bigger cow pasture. I thought about keeping the cows that we have now and doing some like breeder cows. Let them cows grow up where they can have calves, and then we would have, you know, reproduction. But I can sell those cows, make a shit ton of money, and start over with more cows. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to sell those cows and bring it to the point where we can sell those cows and then buy twice as many calves. And then once those calves get older, we'll sell like half of them and then keep the other half for breeding stock. And we'll just do that until we get to the point where, you know, we can start selling out the older ones and keeping the younger ones for breeding stock, because eventually your heifers aren't going to calve as good as they should, and it's just not healthy for them to keep being bred. And we're probably going to keep the small pen we have, and we can take our our steers and put them in there, fatten them up for the meat market. We'll just kind of have to see how it goes. I like being able to have two different pastures where I can separate my cows and put the ones. The only problem is that pasture we have now, only good for 15 cows for the acreage, even though we are feeding them hay and keeping them well fed. It's just the space they have to roam around. We can only fit 15 of them in there. So that's the only bummer with that. And I can't drive. I'm hitting the tree, wasting fertilizer. So let me fix this real quick. I didn't even check. Are we actually doing any good? Let me hop out here and make sure. I can't tell. Yeah, we're doing good. It says 100%. All of it's 100%. What in tarnation? So we don't have to fertilize this field. That's good though. We might have wasted a couple thousand liters. Not even 1,000 liters. But might have wasted a few of those. 100 liters. To be able to get this done. And figure out that it's perfectly fine. That's weird though that this one's completely fertilized. I don't understand why it is. So let's get to the other field closer to the house. We'll go over there, we'll start fertilizing it, and that just means once we're done there, Robert's just got to finish up his field, and then we'll be good to go. We'll be ready to keep going till it's time to harvest some wheat and sell some soybeans. So we'll come back to you guys then and see where we're at. Well guys, we are back, and as you can see, we got this fertilized, but we have some weeds in this one field and one field only, because those two fields were plowed, so I guess the weeds couldn't germinate since we turned the soil up that much. So we're gonna have to take the sprayer back to the farm and empty out this fertilizer in the front tank. I've already ordered some herbicide, so it should be there already. They just come up and drop it off at the farm. So we're gonna have to get that taken care of. We're gonna have to get this field knocked out with herbicide, and then we will come back to you guys. And I know I said it before, but we'll come back to you guys when we're selling the soybeans or harvesting wheat. If you're enjoying it so far, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. We'll see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, we are back, and the cows need some food, but I promised you I wouldn't come back until it was time to sell the soybeans, and it's time. $2,024 for each 1,000 liters of soybeans. So we're going to be good to go, golden. We're going to use our new Ural truck, our little army truck that we bought quite a ways back. Basically our first growing purchase, as far as like something that's actually going to help the farm tremendously, because it'll haul more. We got rid of those gravity wagons because we can just fill up in that truck on the side of the field. So I wasn't too worried about keeping those, and it was just money we didn't need to keep spending, or didn't need to have spent. We could have used that money for something else. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up the feed for the cows, just because we are going to keep that pen. So when we put other cows in it after we sell them, we can still be good to go. We're going to kill this tractor and park here. We're going to head on over to the truck. We're going to load some stuff up, and then we'll come back to you when we get to the sell point for the first time. Alright guys, we are selling. Let's see what we get out of this. Ooh, not quite in there. This is just one load, and I think it's around 20,000 liters, 22,000 liters. So we're going to have to take like 4 or 5 trips. But this should give us the money. Yeah, we can buy our cow pasture now. We're going to have plenty of money. Holy crap, that was $45,000 for one load. Oh man. We're going to keep hauling this stuff, and we'll come back to you guys when we're selling the last load. Just remember we're at 86,900. Okay, see you in a bit. Alright guys, we are headed out with our last load, and as you can see in the top right hand corner, our bank is sitting pretty at $2.25 million. We got 15,562 liters left to sell, and I'm going to show you a little shortcut I created to get from the farm to the silo without having to go all the way to the interstate. And I'm probably going to turn this into a road at some point. We're going to have to add in a bridge. But with this army truck, man, we can cross rivers, we can cross lakes, we can do whatever we want, man. This thing's 6-wheel drive. So since this field over here isn't growing, what I do is I just cut right through the field. You can see my road here where I've made a couple passes. Don't mind that corn. That was a mistake. Freaking Robert, man, I tell you, you can't find good help. But we're going to head over here and sell our last load. But this is the fun part. Woo! We're going to put a bridge there and put a road through the center of that field. We'll still harvest it as one field. We won't plant separate crops unless we just see the desire to do so. But, wait. But we're dumping our last load of soybeans in here. We're going to be at like $240,000. So, we're definitely going to get the cows and maybe even get into the wheat today. We'll just kind of have to see. Yeah, $256,000. Soybeans are super lucrative, man. It's ridiculous. I'm going to show you my road path going back the other way. It's a little more fun when you're coming back empty because you don't have anything holding you down. Just come right through here. Nice little air jump. Sorry, I'm having fun. But yeah, this field's probably going to be planted as winter wheat. All the corn is going to be probably planted as winter wheat. We might leave one field fallow to plant soybeans in because we're probably going to do them again. As lucrative as they were, I mean, that was freaking awesome. So we're just going to kind of have to see what we decide by the time it gets here. I got to get a decision because at some point we're going to need to get that product here before it's time, because we don't want to be waiting on the product delivery to get our stuff done. So let's get this thing parked back up in the yard and let's get a cow pasture, shall we? We're gonna lose some wheat off the deal, probably all the wheat off the deal. Had this thing parked in the front, but we're fixing to do a wheat harvest here in the next couple of days, so I'm just gonna park this over here in the grass area for now, about like so. I don't think we're gonna be doing any haying anywhere, so let's buy a cow pasture. We go in here, I'll show you the option I was looking at. So we've got this one for $150,000. It holds 490 cows, which is awesome. I like that, but I like the more open style. Like, I like the ones where, you know, I could put it here and fence them in. So that's what we're gonna do. We've already got the fence over here, so I'm just gonna run the fence around the back of the field, and we're probably gonna lose this whole wheat field, I think. So we'll go and do a little bit of a time lapse of the building. I know this isn't the super realism mode like normal, but I wanted to get this done and we'll get it going. I'm probably gonna buy 2 because they only hold 50 cows. So we'll have to think on that while we're doing the time lapse, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, that's kind of what I'm going to go with for now. See, in this area, I don't remember with the way this one works, how exactly that's going to happen. Like, I don't know if it's going to, you know, stay in that, just that square that was there in the first place, or if they actually roam more than that. But I didn't want to fence off more area than we needed to. But you can already tell it's like twice the size of the paddock we had before. So the cows should have plenty of room to roam. It's going to be a good little spot for them. I'm trying to give us some room so when we harvest the wheat, we don't get in too much trouble. Also, I'm not going to buy the other paddock or the other pasture just yet until I decide whether we want a different harvester or not, because I really would like to have, you know, the better harvesters to be able to do what we need to do a little faster, because I'm all about efficiency and I like sticking with the older equipment, but I'm pretty sure there's plenty of older machines that are a little bit bigger to help us, you know, get this job done a little bit faster. The corn harvest is going to be a pain with those two little ones. We'll do it if we have to, but I'm just trying to prepare for what we need, and I also don't want to spend all our money all at once. So we're probably just going to have these cows delivered, because our little trailer only holds 8 cows. So I'd rather just have them delivered and get them ready to go. We'll haul these cows off and sell them, but we're going to have to do that in the next episode. So we will see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed. We've got $168,000 left over. We got a nice cow pasture now to, you know, let our breeders get to work and help us get to where we need to be. I should be able to dump the hay right over the fence, and then we'll have to kind of back in here with the water trailer to fill up the water. But I think we'll be alright. We'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoy.